It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Board of Education met Tuesday for their monthly board meeting. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Sean Kelly, gave an update on the two major capital projects underway in the county school system, the building of the track at the high school and the renovation of James E. Bacon. Here was the superintendent's report Tuesday night.
Okay, the track. All right, so the track surface is progressing well. They are currently working to finish the top coat. Should be finished by the end of this week. They will likely still be around next week as they have a good bit of cleaning up to do. The surface does need some time to finish curing prior to the striping. So the surface installers should have their striping crew back on site in the next 2 to 3 weeks. The striping should only take about 2 days to complete at most. It is important that we compel everyone and we ask that everyone please stay off of the track in the meantime, so that the track surface can stay as clean as possible before striping. And then the fencing contractor should come in right around the time the striping crew is done to finish to install the perimeter fence and the fence around the track. So we're getting
Dr.
close.
Kelly, do we
Yes,
have any signage up to that effect?
we do not, but we need to, yes, sir. James E. Bacon, so all the concrete slabs for the additions are complete. Hollow metal door frames are being set throughout. Masonry is continuing to progress in all areas. Metal stud work is underway in the annex. The mechanical, electrical, plumbing, rough ends continue to progress in all areas, and the steel contractor has been mobilizing and getting their equipment to the site. They should start finishing setting bar joists in the new connector wings within the next 2 weeks, and then start setting columns at the main new addition out front. So as you can see, our progress on James E. Bacon is ramping up. And you should be able to see that as you ride by.
And again, that report last night from School Superintendent Sean Kelly. The Goodness Gold recipients were from Martha Ross Smith Elementary School. The 5th grade student recognized was King Foster, 2nd grade teacher Laura J., and pre-K parapro Letitia Burkhalter. Good news on the COVID update. In the entire school system, they reported just 2 positive cases last week. The board heard another presentation from another architect and engineering firm. This one, Altman and Barrett, as the board searching for a firm to handle their air conditioning unit and possible new roof at the high school. Under handbook distribution, Dr. Kelly says instead of purchasing 6,000 student handbooks each year, they'll cut that down as most people go online to see the handbook. Kelly says it'll cut down on the cost. He says anyone who wants a hard copy of the handbook, one will be provided. Personnel from Tuesday, certified recommendations, Madison Fu, Martha Ross Smith Elementary, Carrie Head, Jesup Elementary. Certified resignations, Kathy Bennett, James E. Bacon retiring, Amy Bobo, James E. Bacon retiring, Angelina Bowen, Arthur Williams Middle School, Ken Cribb, Wayne County High School, Gayla Hope, Martha Puckett Middle School retiring, Mary Kennedy, Jesup Elementary retiring, Justin Caleb Martin, Wayne County High School, Ansley Rizek, Wayne County High School, Jonathan Stelzer, Wayne County High School. Classified resignations, Katie Davis, Jesup Elementary School, and Tiffany Leggett, Arthur Williams Middle School. And that's a look at your school board meeting from Tuesday. One other school note, Wayne Christian Academy inviting everyone to a ribbon cutting ceremony this morning at 10 a.m. at Wayne Christian Academy, located at 495 Henson Mosley Road. Again, that's taking place today at 10 a.m. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, last week at the Wayne County Courthouse, a couple of trials were held. One, a murder case from a shooting which occurred back on the 26th day of October 2019, shooting death of Spence Pierce in Scriven, Georgia. Robert Evans was arrested and charged with murder at that time, was tried last week in front of a Wayne County jury who found him not guilty of murder, but guilty of aggravated assault and guilty of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. He'll be sentenced at a later date, but on February 17th of this year, he was found not guilty of the murder charges, not guilty of voluntary manslaughter. Spence Pierce has recently graduated from Wayne County High School, was a member of the high school football team, had gone off to college to play some college ball, but home on this 26th day of October, got an altercation with Robert Evans. The two of them related. Evans shot and killed Pierce with a 9mm pistol. Once again, the murder trial held this past week in Wayne County, and after hearing the evidence, the jury found Evans not guilty of any of the murder charges, but did find him guilty of aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Again, sentencing set for a later date. Also standing trial last week and being found guilty is James Eldon Nichols Jr. He was found guilty of fleeing and attempting to elude police officer in excess speed of over 20 miles per hour in a high-speed chase as he was on a motorcycle. Also found guilty of driving without a license and tailgate violation. The defendant was sentenced to a total of 3 years and 240 days, with the first 2 years and 240 days to be served in confinement, with the remainder on probation. On the tailgate violation at 120 $122 fine. And this verdict also returned on the 17th day of February this year. Travis and Gregory McMichael and William Roddy Bryan all found guilty of federal hate crimes in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery, in which all three were convicted of murder. All face life in prison. Sentences for the federal guilty verdicts, and in federal cases, there is no parole. Guilty verdicts came back Tuesday afternoon, sentencing to be held in a couple of weeks. Conviction is viewed as a victory for the U.S. Justice Department, which has made prosecuting hate crimes a priority. Unlike last year's murder trial, federal prosecutors centered this case around race, argued that the three defendants targeted Arbery because he was black. Outside the courthouse, Arbery's parents thankful to the jury, calling it Super Tuesday. His mother had thanked all who stood by her family during the 2-year struggle for justice. She told everyone that it's been a very long and stressful fight, and the McMichaels and William Roddy Bryan will spend the rest of their lives in prison. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news. Early voting is taking place in that special election in District 5 to fill a vacancy on the County Board of Commissioners. Kathy Keith and Jamie Hickok's running. Tuesday, only 9 people voted. That's a 2-day total of 19. So far, they're averaging about 1 voter per hour, as the hours are from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. There's over 3,500 registered voters in the district. Hopefully, the pace will pick up as the early voting runs until March the 11th, with the election day set for March 15th. Saturday is early voting day this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Hall Richardson Recreation Center, located at 644 North 4th Street. Once again, after 2 full days of early voting, 19 votes cast in this special election, and 1 per hour thus far. Have you purchased your Girl Scout cookies yet? Well, it's that time of year, and this Saturday, Girl Scouts will be selling cookies from 9 to 1 at the farmers market. Plenty of choices this year. Come on out and support the Girl Scouts. Purchase some cookies. Most boxes are $4 per box, and that's this Saturday at the farmers market from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Governor Brian Kemp announced Tuesday $422 million of water and sewer grants to dozens of cities and counties across the state, majority of those in rural parts of the state. This comes 3 weeks after he announced $408 million in funding to expand high-speed internet, all the money coming from COVID-19 relief money that the state received from the federal government. The governor set up 3 committees last year to recommend how to spend the COVID relief money. Once again, most of the water and sewer grants will go to areas outside metro Atlanta, although Forsyth and Gwinnett counties and the city of Smyrna got some money as well. We've got Bill Workheiser on the Bitch and Bob show today. Hopefully he can tell us how much money that is coming to Wayne County. And finally in the news this Saturday, the Odom Homecoming Committee presenting Boots and Bling. It's a country girl thing, father and daughter dance. Again, tickets are all on sale at the Odom City Hall. They're $25 a couple in advance. Deadline is February 24th. Then it's $30 a couple at the door and $5 for additional dollar. And get your tickets today at Odom City Hall or call City Hall 586-2211. They'll have a photo booth and door prizes. Again, that dance set for this Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Odom City Gym. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.